What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one was played at Blizzcon 2018, which is the global finals of Starcraft 2. Spawning here in the bottom right hand corner of Parasite LE, playing with the red Terran pieces. He's currently up in this series and wants to keep this series rolling in his favor. His name is TY. And his opponent, spawning in the cross position, playing with the blue Zerg pieces. He's currently down in the series, but certainly not out as of yet. His name is Lambo. So, guys and girls, game number 2 between these two players right now. TY took a really nice, nicely played game number 1. This is a best-of-3 series, so it's all on the line right now. So all eyes are going to be on Lambo. What do you do if you are down 1-0? It's match point in this group stage, which was played at BlizzCon, like I said. So it was the Group A between these two players, and every game counts, best-of-3. What do you do if you are Lambo against a player of the likes of TY? What do you do? Do you decide to go for a little bit of some cheese, or do you play the macro focus game, which is what you're so good at? That is the big question, and we're about to find out here very, very shortly what Lambo is going to decide to do, because all eyes are on him this game. TY wants to close this thing out right here and right now. Does look like he's going to be going for a natural command center relatively early in this game. He's going to go for that Reaper out of the barracks, and it does look like Lambo's going for that hatch gas pool opener, which is relatively standard by both sides, so nothing terribly out of the ordinary yet. We're going to have to keep, that is kind of put an asterisk there, because we got a SCV now that I'm wondering, is this SCV going to try to construct something or just try to deny this third hatchery? That's most likely what TY is going to be doing here at the early stages of the game. We do have a factory going down now for TY as well. Most likely we're going to see more Hellion play, because that was so successful in game number 1. There is going to be a Reaper that is across the map now. Going to try to start shooting away at some of those Zerglings, but with some good micro here. It looks like he's going to be able to kind of shoo away that Reaper, at least for now. Reaper almost getting one of those drone kills. Third hatchery is now up here for Lambo, and the real question comes down now. We got the Overlord speed upgrade coming up. I like that decision a lot. We also have the Zergling speed upgrade coming up here for Lambo as well. So I gotta say I really like the Overlord speed upgrade. That's one of my favorite upgrades actually at the early stages of the game to get when I play with the Zerg pieces. I really like getting that Overlord speed. It just helps so much, guys, as you move into the like the early game, mid game, and late game. The sooner you get the upgrade, it's so nice, because you can kind of fly those those Overlords around and really get a lot of scouting information that can really save you in the later stages of the game. So, as I said, we got a couple of Hellions now, as well as a Reaper that are coming across the map here. And I wonder if TY is going to go for a very similar build as he did in game number 1, which was getting a decent amount of Hellions. I would say about 6-7 Hellions, and just going and taking out so many of these Queens. Got the surround on the Queens, got some beautiful engagements. So the question is he going to do something similar? Looks like more and more Hellions are going to be coming out here. Does look like now we're going to see a Liberator come out of that starport. So we're kind of transitioning here a little bit, but there is going to be a Baneling Nest coming out of Lambo here. I think also Lambo in game number 1 was a little bit, didn't really know exactly what he wanted to do. He was kind of constructing the Roachworn, then he decided midway through cancel it and started making the Baneling Nest. So he was just didn't really know in game number 1 exactly what build he wanted to go for, and when the push came from TY, he could not stop it, and more Hellions are coming here. 6 are going to be here at the near the creep spread. So it looks like he is going to start to move in here. There's a Raven on that production tab, as well as a couple more Hellions as well. Banelings are starting to be morphed here. So you do not want to allow the surround once again by TY. Again, looks like he is holding on pretty well at this point. More and more queens are coming out, though, at least at this point in the game. We are going to see the lair coming up now for Lambo. So we are going to probably start seeing, some more ground-based units, getting a couple of those drones. Very well played there by Lambo, or I should say by TY. TY's got to be careful. You do not want to lose these Hellions for free to a bunch of queens. It does look like that third command center is now constructed. And it looks like both these players are planning on playing, a macro-focused game. I love it, guys. Evolution chambers are going down now for Lambo, so he's going to go for those +1/+1 upgrades. Fourth base is now coming in for Lambo. So he must have seen that his opponent was getting that third command center, so he is deciding to go ahead and get that fourth base out. And I like the decision a lot because his economy is going to be incredible here in the later stages of the game. TY trying to keep that creep spread back. +1/+1 is now coming out of Lambo. We do have 12 Zerglings on that production tab currently. And, like I said, guys, this is one of those games, man, where we're just going to have to kind of wait and see what Lambo really decides to do and if he goes for any significant pushes. Now, we are going to see a Roach Warren as well as a Hydra Den coming up here, as well as the Infestation Pit. So we are starting to see what our Zerg player is deciding to do here. He's going to go for a very interesting unit composition, and I like it a lot, actually. The Roly-Poly upgrade is being researched for the Banelings. We are going to be seeing a little bit of some aggression here by TY once again. He's probably just trying to, get the kill on a couple of those creep tumors. That does look like exactly what he's doing. Just trying to keep that creep spread back. Now, there is going to be a handful of Zerglings. I wonder if they're going to try to go after, try to get into that, that main base location. There are Thors already out on the map here, and those Zerglings are getting fried right now. Beautifully played here by TY, getting a couple of those kills, and we are going to have, some Thors that are going to be coming out, some Thor drops. There's another command center coming up, so a fourth command center. Very interesting decision making here by TY. Glau reconstitutions being researched right now. We've got Swarm Host coming up now as well for our Zerg player. Looks like there's a pretty heavy push here, guys, that is coming. It's going to be nearing, Lambo's neck of the woods here, and there is a lot of Terran units here. This is a little bit scary if you are the Zerg player, but it looks like somehow, some way, with those queens coming in with the beautiful diffuses, they are able to shoot away at all of those units. And the pickup micro there by TY, picking up those Thors and sending them home, was a very good decision, to say the least. We are going to see a bunch of Swarm Hosts coming out now, and those Swarm Hosts are going to be kind of like caught in a weird angle here. And it looks like those Locusts are going to try to just get launched now down at a bunch of these supply depots. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do, and go after a couple of those siege tanks. Not a whole lot of damage being dealt there. But now it looks like with that fourth command center going in, it looks like Lambo may very well not allow this to happen. The Hydralisk upgrades are going down as well. We are going to see more and more Liberators coming into play as well. And the creep spread is starting to get a little bit out of hand, at least at this point in the game here. There's a lot of Swarmos out. There's the queens are coming for those diffuses, and it looks like this fourth base may be under a ton of pressure by these Locusts. These Locusts are gonna, or these Swarmos are gonna try to hit from multiple angles. They are so supply heavy, but they are gonna go after a bunch of these units here. Now, it does look like they are going to go after the siege tanks. That's a very good decision. The Hellbats are so good against these Locusts, but the Locusts are doing so much damage. And then on the other side, of the fourth base location, they are going to go after, that is Lambo going after that that fourth base here, trying to keep it under, or try to keep it alive here, at least for the time being. It looks like somehow, some way, TY is able to stay in this game from a massive push there from Lambo. I'm seeing more and more Zerg players going for this interesting unit composition with the Swarm Host, and I really like the decision a lot here. Looks like those Locusts are going to be coming out. You do not want to lose all of these units here, and it looks like they're going to try to jump right on top of all of these units. Oh my god, and here comes Lambo. He is pushing into all of these units here. Do not want to overextend though. You got to be very, very careful when you are trying to engage this Terran player with this force of a bunch of siege tanks, some Thors, Ravens, Hellbats, Hellions, just a lot of different units being constructed here. Another base is going to be going down here. Once again, we're going to see that the Hive is going to be going down here for Lambo, are going to be starting to be morphed in here. So it does look like Lambo is planning on trying to get those higher tier units here. The Locusts are about to come down and go after those siege tanks once again. But once again, not a whole lot of damage is being dealt here, at least at this point in the game. Those Roaches, as well as the Hydralisks and Ravagers, are going to be moving in here, trying to take out all of these siege tanks. I don't know if this is a really good decision by our Zerg player, at least right now. I think TY may have won that particular engagement there. Those Swarm Hosts are going to be under a little bit of some fire here. Got to be careful. Do not want to lose those Swarm Hosts. They are so supply heavy, and there is a lot of siege tanks coming out at this point in the game. +3 is coming up for our Terran player. And then the same can be said here for Lambo. So once again, more and more aggression is coming in. Those Locusts are going to try to go right on top of all of those siege tanks once again. And it looks like somehow, some way, Lambo is starting to push his opponent back here. All of these siege tanks are getting absolutely decimated by this Roach Ravager Hydralisk composition of the Zerg player. Beautiful play here by Lambo, getting so much value out of these units, and the Swarm Hosts are now moving into that natural base location. GG is called, and Lambo evens up the score against his opponent. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Lambo and TY, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.